Hey everybody, what's up? Icy Cat here. Today we're talking about the new premium bundle pack for the crew. Should you spend your money on this or take a pass? Let's talk about it next. The new premium bundle pack that was just released for the crew that came out a couple of days ago can be found in the shop. This will be located under the digital content tab. It's available for $6.99 US, and like the other franchise bundle packs that we've seen so far, will offer one skin, one headgear, and one weapon charm. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the skin itself. The front half of the gun is all black with a slight metallic texture. It's a little bit reflective, almost like a car paint. You can see the crew logo there emblazoned into the side of it, and then you have like these orange streaks on the back half of the gun. And along the top of the weapon is a pair of white stripes. Taking a look at the weapon charm itself, we have a return to just the plain rectangular logo on a tag like we saw with many of the other weapon packs. The only exception to this, of course, being the most recent one, the Far Cry Blood Dragon bundle pack, which actually had a 3D extruded text version of the logo, but this one is simply a rectangular tag like the other ones before that were. The headgear itself is simply a plain black helmet. You've got some racing stripes down the top of the helmet there. In between that, you can see the words "The Crew" spelled out. And on the sides, you have some gold accents. One looks to be a bear symbol and the other looks to be a wolf symbol. These are some of the factions that are located within the game. And at the bottom of that racing stripe in the back of the helmet, there's a bit of cracked asphalt texture going on. As usual, we're just going to hop into some gameplay here, doing some terrorist hunt, just so you can kind of see what it looks like in various lighting conditions. And I have to admit, out of all of the packs that have been released so far for Ubisoft franchise bundles, this to me is probably the weakest. The last one they came out with, the Far Cry Blood Dragon one, was maybe not quite so much in my taste, but I understood how it would appeal to people who are fans of that game series. I mean, the whole point of the Far Cry Blood Dragon games is that they're psychedelic and over the top, and it's just, that's the point of the game in general. So the fact that you would see those kinds of crazy things within the bundle pack just kind of made sense. But here, I don't know what's going on. I have the Crew. I enjoyed the Crew. It was a very interesting game. But to me, this feels largely uninspired. Taking a look at this skin for the P90 is just not really doing much for me. Black with a little bit of orange is just like, okay, what's the big deal? Now, we saw back in Dustline Season 2, we had a variety of actual racing skins come out for various operators. I particularly like the ones for GIGN as well as the Navy SEAL CTU, and those were racing skins that were done with a far greater attention to detail and level of quality than anything I'm seeing here in this bundle pack. Furthermore, with those CTU-specific racing skins, you got them for all of the operators' weapons within that CTU for a similar price as what they're asking for this, which only gives it to you on one weapon. Now, that is standard fare for the Ubisoft franchise bundle packs we've seen this season. I mean, for all of them, whether we're talking about the Assassin's Creed or the Watch Dogs or, any of those other ones, you got one weapon skin, one headgear, and one charm. So we're not seeing a deviation for what's been offered so far in this season. But since we are talking about a racing game with a racing skin and a racing headgear, and we're comparing that to what we've already seen released for racing skins back in the previous season, this just is nowhere near that level of quality, and you're getting far less for the same price. Honestly, if you're interested in picking up some kind of a weapon skin that reflects like racing style, I would recommend going for the CTU Racer skin bundles specifically. You're going to get far more value for your money because you're going to get a lot more weapon skins for that. This just gives it to you for the P90. Now, although this is advertised as a bundle for Rook, you do get the added benefit of being able to put it on Doc's P92. It's specific to the weapon, not necessarily the operator. And since Doc and Rook both share the P90 as a common weapon, you can apply it on either character. The headgear, of course, is only for Rook, and the weapon charm is universal. You can put the weapon charm on any gun you want in the game, but again, I do feel like this rectangular tag with a text logo on it is kind of a lazy approach. I mean, in that case, you really could have done something interesting like make a 3D car object as a charm instead. Or if you didn't want to go that way, maybe you could have made some kind of a checkered flag logo, or you could have made some type of like a timing stopwatch, or just, who knows, something. And I had a little bit of hope after seeing the Far Cry logo in extruded 3D text, but here we're just not getting anything interesting at all for weapon charm. And again, if you're asking people for $7 and you're offering them one skin, one charm, and one headgear, you've got to put a little bit of effort into it. And I think out of all the franchise bundles that have been released so far, this one has the least amount of effort put into it. It is very lazy in its approach. So my official recommendation is to take a pass on this and instead to put your money into the Racer Skin CTU bundles. Even the Racer Skin headgear that was released for Tachanka is far more interesting than the headgear you get with this pack. This hardly looks any different at all from Rook's default headgear. You really just have the addition of the stripe, and it's not going to stand out all that much. His visor blocks a good chunk of it anyway. I think this was a missed opportunity, and they really could have done a little bit better job with this particular pack. We do know that there is still an as-of-yet unreleased Ghost Recon bundle pack that's coming. From some of the leaked screenshots I've seen of it, it does appear to be themed more in the future soldier content. This will be for Fuse, and as soon as that's released, I'll be doing a full review on that as well. As always, if you want to stay up to date on the latest walkthroughs, reviews, tips, tricks, news, and more for Rainbow Six Siege, then please like and subscribe. You can also follow me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.